All right, picture this, graduation day. It's an incredible feeling, isn't it? You've got the cap, you've got the gown, and you're also wearing this thick, cozy blanket of what I like to call financial delusion. Yep, that's the thought bubble right over your head. You're thinking, I made it, you know? No more exams, no more all-nighters. You're about to step into this shiny new life with that first real paycheck. And yeah, the high is real. But trust me, the trap that's waiting right around the corner, that's real too. Because let's be honest, you fast forward just a few months and bam, reality hits you like a ton of bricks. That freedom feels a whole lot less free when you're just staring at your bank account, trying to figure out where all that money vanished. It's a super common story. But hey, if you don't want that to be your story, you are in exactly the right place. So stick with me for the next few minutes, and we're going to break down how to totally sidestep that post-grad panic. What's the goal here? Well, less stress for you, way more control over your cash, and a plan that actually lets you have fun, not force you into like monk mode. Okay, so let's get into the first big trap here. And here's the thing, most grads don't go broke because they're earning too little. That's not really the villain of this story. Nah, the real problem is something a lot sneakier. It's this thing called lifestyle inflation. This is the big boss battle. It's that super subtle, almost automatic habit of letting your spending grow right along with your income. You get that first decent salary, and all of a sudden, it's like a switch flips in your brain. You start thinking you need a whole new personality to match, right? The nicer apartment, the daily Uber Eats, all the streaming subscriptions, the whole shebang. And that leads us right to the first major test that every single graduate faces. See, it's not just a paycheck, it's a test. And it's where so many people stumble right out of the gate. I mean, the logic is so tempting, isn't it? You've worked your tail off for years and you're thinking, you know what? I deserve this. I deserve the new phone, I deserve the fancy dinners, and that little voice, that I deserve it voice, it basically becomes a blank check for you to spend on a ton of stuff you don't really need. So here's the secret. It's a total mindset shift. You gotta stop looking at that first salary as your graduation prize. It's not. It's a test. It's a test of your financial discipline before all those spending habits get locked in. And honestly, passing this one test is probably the most important first step you can take towards actual financial freedom. All right, so let's say you pass that first test. Awesome. But there's another trap waiting for you, and it's a big one. Having absolutely no financial shield, no safety net. When that first paycheck hits your account, it's so easy to feel invincible, right? But life has a funny way of testing that theory. You're probably thinking, I'm young. I don't need to worry about savings yet. And it's like the universe just hears that and goes, oh, really? Interesting take. And then, bam, your laptop decides to die the night before a huge project is due. Or a surprise medical bill lands in your mailbox. You know, life happens. And look, without that financial buffer, every one of those little oops moments instantly becomes a full-blown hair-on-fire crisis. It's a one-way ticket to stress and panic, and it forces you to make bad choices, like racking up credit card debt just to keep your head above water. But the fix for this is actually really simple. Before you even think about upgrading your apartment, your phone, anything, build a buffer. Just 3 months worth of your essential living expenses. And listen, this isn't fun money. It's not for stocks. It's not for crypto. It's just boring, life-saving cash sitting in a separate account. Think of it as your panic-proof shield. Okay, on to the third big pitfall. Putting all your financial eggs in one single basket. For most new grads, your entire financial world is balanced on this one little pillar, your job. And that is way riskier than you might think. I mean, this is the picture, right? One job, one paycheck. That means 100% of your income depends on one single company staying happy with you. You are literally one bad quarter, one unexpected layoff, or one weird corporate restructuring away from a massive financial problem. And look, this isn't me trying to scare you. It's not fear-mongering. It's just math. Relying on one single source of income is just not stable. I don't care how secure your job feels right now. So what do? Well, the solution is not to go out and get another full-time job. Please don't do that. The goal is mental peace, not total burnout. All you need to do is find one small way to bring in a second tiny stream of income. Use a skill you've already got. Can you tutor? Do some freelance writing? A little video editing on the side? Anything. Even that little 5 or 10% extra completely changes the game for your financial security. Okay, and the final mistake? This one is kind of ironic, actually. We live in this age of data, right? We track everything. We know how many steps we took, how many calories we ate, how many episodes of that new show we just binged. But when it comes to the most important numbers in our lives, our money, we just kind of ignore it. We go with the vibes. But ignoring your finances doesn't make you carefree. It just guarantees you'll be broke and surprised later on. So let's recap. We've talked about the big traps: lifestyle inflation, having no emergency fund, and relying on just one paycheck. Now I want to tie this all together with one single golden rule, a rule that can totally change everything for you in that first year out of school. All right, lean in for this one, because this is the single most powerful strategy you can use right after you graduate. It's incredibly simple, but that doesn't mean it's easy. Here it is. You ready? Live like a student for one more year. That's it. That's the whole game plan. Now, I don't mean you have to do this forever, just for 12 strategic months. Keep your cheap apartment with your roommates. Stick to the ramen noodle budget, more or less. And take the entire difference between your new salary and your old student budget and just bank it. This one single move buys you the time and space you need to get in control. So let's put it all together. Here's your action plan. 3 simple steps. Step 1, build your buffer. Before you upgrade anything, get that 3 months of expenses saved up. Step 2, add a stream. Find one small way to make a little extra cash, just for that peace of mind. And step 3, wait to upgrade. Live like a student for one more year. You do this, and you start your adult life playing offense with your money, not constant defense. And at the end of the day, that's really what this is all about. This isn't about depriving yourself. It's about being smart. It's about giving your future self the greatest graduation gift of all, an adult life that's just easier, a life with less stress and more freedom. So really, isn't that a better gift to yourself? Your future self is definitely going to thank you for it.